Hello and welcome, guys, to our next episode of Football Fanatics. Me, Arun, and Gokul is back here to get all your Premier League requirements. Yep. And we have a lot of news this week. To cover. How are you, Gokul, first of all?
Yeah, doing well. After an exciting weekend and a great deadline day.
I'm sure. As a Manchester United fan, you must be absolutely excited. I was excited for Premier League as well. The return of the great.
It's not only good for Manchester, it's great for Premier League as well. It's a huge boost.
Huge boost. Cristiano Ronaldo returning to, Manchester United, Premier League. Not something anyone would have seen. This has to be one of the best transfer window, I would say.
Absolutely. Messi leaving to PSG, Ronaldo coming back to United. Exciting.
Personally, this is the best transfer window I have seen in my lifetime. Yeah.
Seriously, yeah. Same here. The
craziest transfer window. I mean, I think after Corona, I think there was hardly any transfers. Of course, Chelsea did a lot of transfers, but in general, there were a lot of very low transfers all around. Whereas this season, oh my god, close to 10 to 20 high-profile transfers all around.
Yeah.
This was brilliant. As I just can only imagine, as a Manchester United fan, how excited you must be to see Cristiano Ronaldo returning in red. Oh my god! Course.
And we had the news him moving to City.
Yes, exactly.
Threatening first. Then there was surprise he's coming back to United. We're over the moon.
I saw a lot of Manchester United fans started saying a lot of nonsense. Of course, they didn't want to. I can understand the anger of him going to City, but that would have been crazy if he would have gone to City. It's very unlike Ronaldo, and it's very it was gonna be a taint on his name if he would have gone to City. Actually, So this is a absolutely brilliant move for Manchester United to get Ronaldo. I think he's still at his peak. He's still putting in goals. We saw it at last night. Him scoring 2 goals. I mean,
Again,
he broke the maximum records of I think 101 goals right now. No, sorry, 111 goals. 111 goals right now. My God. Him coming to Manchester United, I can see him scoring a lot of goals. Because he even outscored Lukaku last season in Serie A. I think he has around 35 goals. So
he was a top scorer.
So at this age, getting Ronaldo in Manchester United is a big deal. It's an absolutely big deal, I think.
Yeah, it's a huge boost. And not only the goals he brings that winning mentality, right? The leadership. We didn't have that. So he will drive the team forward.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest requirement that Manchester United had, the winning mentality. They have already bottled Europa League, and they have already bottled a lot of semi-finals. So I think getting Cristiano Ronaldo in, I think that's a big boost. That's a really big boost for Manchester United.
We saw yesterday, right? Portugal match. Till 88th minute, they were losing 1-0. Then he came up with the 2 goals. They won the match.
Oh my God, that header! I mean, that header of that was a crazy. I can see Jadon Sancho just ripping all the headers, giving all the balls to Ronaldo. And I mean, it's not like Manchester United didn't have a great finisher. They have Mason Greenwood. That he is absolutely brilliant. I love him right now. I mean, he's so good.
But we need that big game player that we're missing. That in Ronaldo.
Absolutely. So let's start with this week's game week results. The first game we had was Manchester City versus Arsenal, and we know what was going to happen.
It was as expected. They literally rolled over. Rolled over is, I think, the accurate description of what Manchester City did to Arsenal. It was a cakewalk, It was such a bad performance by Arsenal.
Really bad performance. Really bad performance.
I am not sure if they had a shot on target.
Yeah, with one man down, I'd hardly imagine. I mean, with 11 men, they can't play. With 10 men, you can hardly imagine what are they going to do.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a horrible tackle by Saka. Bad.
Horrible tackle by Saka. That's I can understand what Saka did. Okay, I know he has, I think, accumulated more than 11 red cards in his Arsenal career. So you're going to get that from Saka. But sorry, not Saka, Xhaka. Talking about
Granit
Arsenal.
Xhaka.
Yeah, talking about Arsenal. The tactics they played going to Manchester City at Etihad, that was absolutely stupid. Absolutely stupid what I could see. They had, what was his name? Said Kolasinac back in team. I thought he was goner. I think he was goner. Why did they play him again?
I'm not sure about that. And he was playing as centre back. He's actually a left back.
Exactly.
And
he can't play left back properly. He can't play centre back. He shouldn't be in Premier League, period, first of all.
Exactly.
I think Arsenal were short of players. Yes, I can see that Ben White was ill, and there were other players, a lot of other players that were very ill. But getting inside Kolasinac and Pablo Mari, watching the match, what I felt was every time Gundogan or Ferran Torres came inside the box, they were just letting them play their game.
Exactly, yeah.
That first goal, I think, scored by Gundogan, I think.
Header.
Yeah. So that was such an easy ball actually to him. Such an easy ball. And how, as an Arsenal defender, Pablo Maria, I think Chambers was the defender there. And Chambers was just rolled over. I mean, how can you let Gundogan get through in your own box? That was pathetic. That was really pathetic performance. And after like few minutes, you let Man City get another goal.
Yeah. Now they are out of the game.
They're out of the game, man. I think in Premier League, I don't know if it's Premier League history or something. I think in Premier League history, I've seen Arsenal win probably 1% first time in my whole life.
Yeah, exactly. It was such a sad to see, actually.
Sad to see. I mean, Arsenal, such a huge club, the stature of the club and everything, and them. Imagine Thierry Henry, Ian Wright seeing these matches.
What will Arsene Wenger be thinking?
Yeah. I mean, they wanted Arsene Wenger out. Now this is the result what they have.
Yeah, that's what. At least he was getting them to top 4. Now.
Yeah. He was getting them to top 4, and they had a playing style.
Exactly. They had a playing style.
They had a playing style.
It was like really good watching them play. But now, I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know. Overcoaching or no coaching, I don't understand. They are pretty pathetic in the box, outside the box, off the ball, in the ball. And if they continue this way, I think they're going to lose their stars like Saka. I don't think he's going to want to stay in Arsenal if this is how Arsenal is going to end up.
And Maitland-Niles just put up a story that I want to do. Please let me do.
My God, that club is in a mess, man. That club is in a mess.
Exactly. They're putting Instagram stories that they want to leave the club. It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I was talking to some Arsenal fans, and they were like, we shouldn't be rolled over by Everton just because they won AC Maitland-Niles. We shouldn't just sell them to it. I mean, you're not doing anything with AC Maitland-Niles. You're not going to play him.
Yeah, they're not playing him also.
You're not going to play him. I mean, it's better to get you want him to go. You want him to have some worth in the market, so you let him go on loan. Maybe he does well, like Joe Willock did in Newcastle, and he gets a move. What are you going to do him, keeping him in your own club? You're not going to give him a chance to play. Exactly. He's not going to get any chance to play. He hardly plays in his own role, actually. Whenever he gets chances, he gets slotted as a left back or a right back. He never gets his chance to play in proper whatever position he wants to play in. So that's, I think Arteta as a whole, I think Arsenal needs a change in manager, first of all.
Yeah, that's the first thing they need.
That's the first thing they need.
I don't think Arsenal Arteta have an idea about the tactics what he has to play. He doesn't have the playing 11. He has no idea about it.
Yeah, no idea what to play. No idea how to manage the games. No idea how to manage the crunch situations. No idea how to get players in.
Yeah.
Pretty pathetic. Talk about Man City. How are the players there? You could see them they didn't get Kane ultimately.
Yeah, but I think they will be pretty much okay, but they will be struggling against like big teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, and United. When they came up against these teams, they might struggle for the goals because against Arsenal and all, they can score without a striker as well.
Anyone can score against Arsenal right now, I think.
Yeah.
They're being pretty pathetic right now.
Exactly.
But that was a very solid performance from Man City, actually, to be frank.
Yeah, the performance was great. It was like a professional performance. They did the basics right. So
did basic right, cover their grounds, saw players like what's his name, Ferran Torres shine again, and those were pretty good.
Yeah.
Talking about Man City again, so we had this discussion about Man City without getting Kane. So how far do you think they'll go without Kane? Do you think they are genuine title? Of course, they are title contenders. We all know that. But do you think they are serious title contenders compared to Liverpool, or compared to Chelsea or Manchester United without Kane?
Yeah, that's the question. Because, they will tell that last year also they didn't have a striker. Aguero didn't play much. Still, they got the title. But this year, it's different because all the other teams have improved a lot. Chelsea have got a striker. United got Ronaldo back.
I think United covered pretty well. I think they got Rafael Varane in the back. They got Jadon Sancho in wing, and they got Ronaldo to take strikes. I think they have done pretty well, actually.
Yeah, and Liverpool have got all the players back, and like everyone is back. So this team have improved a lot. So now we have to see how City will cope with these teams, because they will do good with the other teams. They will be okay, but against these big three teams, I have to see how they will be finding that goal from where.
Talking about Man City again, we saw a lot of players again, them having the confidence to go to Arsenal and go to Norwich and turn them over final. We have seen that from Manchester City before. Yeah. When you compare them, when you see teams like Chelsea defending with that kind of a 10-man, when you see Liverpool, and you see other teams who are like really good in defense, and they can they can like block all the goals coming in. They can make Manchester City actually play a lot harder than they did the previous two games. Do you see Manchester City breaking those teams, like with the players they currently have?
Yeah, that's what the question is. Because I know they will create chances, but the finishing touch is the question here. Who is scoring that goal? I don't think Jesus is that good to score.
I think he played well against Arsenal, but then again it's Arsenal.
Yeah, he played well. Yeah, and he was playing in the wing, I guess, because Ferran Torres was playing from middle.
Middle, yes.
Yeah, so that's what the question is, because against the bigger teams, can they score that goal, crucial goal? Because they won't be getting this much chances against the big team. So that's the question.
We saw them against Spurs, they struggled to score.
Yeah, they struggled, exactly. Now when they come against Chelsea, Liverpool, United, we have to see how they go.
But again, it's Manchester City. Last year, they did have a bad run of form, and they just picked up the form pretty well. Yeah. But I don't think that is going to be the case this year, because a lot of teams have improved around them. So it's going to be pretty hard for Manchester City to cope up there.
Yeah, it will be.
Talking about Arsenal again, how do you think Arsenal should improve again? We talk this every week, but again, this is something we have to touch upon. How do you think Arsenal can improve going forward? Because they've already lost the 3 out of 3 matches now.
Yeah,
0 points. I think this is the worst start of Arsenal in history of Arsenal. I think.
Yeah, I guess it's the worst start.
0 goals, absolutely 0 goals. They can't score. 0. They can't defend.
They can't defend.
It's pretty shambolic, actually. So, how do you think Arsenal can improve?
I really think they need to sack Arteta. That's the first thing they have to do, and bringing in some experienced manager they have to get in, because he's really inexperienced. I don't know why they are rating Arteta so high. He was a second manager at City. He didn't do any wonders, and they are trusting him this much. I don't know why. And then if we get an experienced manager in the Premier League, then they might be able to perform better, because he will a good tactician they need, actually, because they don't have the great team right now.
So I don't see him making a good decision at crunch situations. He does. He looks pretty lost on the line when I see Arteta. Yeah, exactly. I don't see him. Yeah, you see Arsenal and you see like this is an easy 3 points. It's easy 3 points. You go there, you defend well, you create about couple of chances in Arsenal's box, and you're in.
Exactly.
That's it. I don't think people. I don't think teams have to work hard now. Even Burnley got a point. Burnley got a point. These people have, of course, they have had a tough fixtures, but they did have Brentford in the first game.
Exactly, and it was terrible performance against them.
Yeah,
they didn't have a chance.
We've seen Wolves. They have lost 3 games in a row too, but Wolves do perform.
They played well. Yeah,
they perform. They give a performance in matches, not like Arsenal. Pretty lost.
Exactly. They were fighting for the game, but Arsenal, they just gave up.
They gave up after the first goal goes in. I thought Arsenal were pretty good in the first 10 minutes, but after the first goal went in, they kind of lost the whole. I think it's the coaching of Arteta. I think he just said that you lose a goal, you just go and defend a lot. Just go and defend. Yeah. They absolutely cleared 0 chances. I don't see Arsenal creating any chances at all.
Exactly. They're 1 goal down, they're gone.
And they're not able to use Aubameyang, and they're looking to sell Lacazette. They're not able to get returns on their players. They have a lot of dead players in the club. I mean, Willian just tore his contract from Arsenal, and he said, "Okay, I'll do this favor for you," and he just left to Corinthians in Brazil.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great gesture from Willian, of course, but how stupid must Arsenal be to get Willian first of all in that kind of a high wage deal?
And for some 3-year contract.
For a 3 years contract. And the audacity of Mikel Arteta saying that we're going to win Champions League within 3 years. My God. Let him survive the Premier League first, then winning the Champions League.
Exactly. They're not even getting into top 6.
Yeah, and the audacity that he had that we're going to win Champions League within 3 years. Oh my God. I see Arsenal fans and I'm going to tease the fuck out of them every time when I see them with this.
But they're in such a low fitness that we are not even able to tease them.
Exactly.
We are getting sad in this performance.
You feel sorry for them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the greats. You see greats like Freddie Lundberg. You see greats like Thierry Henry, Ian Wright. You see, such a squad in 2007, 2006. They had a great squad. Invincibles, man. They are the only team who are invincibles.
Yeah.
And within a span of 20 years, they have destroyed the club. Destroyed the whole club. So it's pretty pathetic to see them. It's pretty pitiful to see them perform this way. But yeah, I think the major decision they have to do is to sack Arteta, get in, Sam Allardyce or get in Claudio Ranieri, somebody who is available right now.
Some experienced manager who knows Premier League in and out.
Yeah, you don't have to get a big manager right now, because I don't think any big manager would take Arsenal right now.
Exactly. Nobody will be willing to take.
Nobody's going to take Arsenal right now, the situation they are in. So get a makeshift manager like Claudio Ranieri, of course Sam Allardyce. I still think Sam Allardyce is a better coach than Arteta.
At least he knows the Premier League.
At least he knows the Premier League. Yeah, exactly. Get in an experienced coach. There are a lot of experienced coaches lying around. You get in an experienced coach, make them play. Get them to a situation by next year where a top coach can come in and take the job.
Yeah, exactly.
So and sell all the players or terminate their contracts or do something. Don't keep your dead players and keep playing them in big games. I mean, what is the mind process of Arteta of playing Said Kolasinac against Manchester City?
Exactly.
It's hard enough for him to move. I mean, him play against Manchester City with that kind of a squad. I don't know what. That's a really wild decision, according to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the next. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we have to see how they do against the these teams, because next match I think they are against Norwich. So let's see how they do in Norwich.
I think it's a clash of same teams. Both are in Europe, but at least Norwich has scored a goal.
Yeah,
Norwich has scored a goal. These men have not even scored a goal. So
they're not even come close.
I'm not even going to be surprised if Norwich turn them over. Honestly,
I think then Arteta will be gone if they lose against Norwich.
I don't know what are they waiting for. He should be gone. He's been bagged. You see Arsenal's transfers this season. I think they're the highest spenders.
Highest spenders.
I think close to 150 or something.
Exactly.
The players they got in. I mean, the players they have got in. Of course, potentials. All are potentials, and they didn't have a marquee signing. I'm not going to call Ben White a marquee signing.
No.
He's not a marquee signing. He's not a marquee signing. You, as a club of Arsenal stature, of course you can't attract players, but you should at least try getting players who are not like. If you see a player who is not getting bid by Chelsea or bid by Manchester United or bid by any top 4 clubs, I'm pretty sure he's going to come to, he's, rather than playing in some French league or Italian league, he's going to play for Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Go in and get a big player like him. Getting in players like, Lokonga, getting in players like Tavares. I mean, come on. They have, of course, you can imagine them having a better season in future. But right now,
they're not going to fix.
They're not going to fix the problems with Arsenal having right now. You're not going to see Tavares or Lokonga playing the way you're not going to match up with top four teams ever with these kind of players. Not now, not in 3 years. You're not going to match them up.
Exactly.
The biggest spenders, but not in quality. They have just got in quantity and they just filled up squad. But you don't expect kids to win your matches, right?
Yeah.
You don't expect kids to win your matches. You expect kids to, them to learn better. Moving on from Manchester City and Arsenal, let's go to next big game. That was Manchester United versus Wolves.
It was really hard to watch that match because Wolves were playing brilliantly and United were struggling. I think United really missed the defensive midfielder because Fred was just letting them get past him like he was not there. He was not existing.
Yeah, I think Wolves put up a really good fight. Adama Traore, the first 20-30 minutes was unplayable.
Yeah, he was on fire. That's what we really didn't have a defensive midfielder to stop him. And I think it was a poor team selection from Ole because Pogba did such a great job playing in attacking position and he put it in deep. So Fred was left alone because Pogba is not going to track back. So it was like...
I was seeing Wolves and I was seeing them play. They were pretty good actually on the ball, but no end product again. Exactly. They couldn't score.
Yeah. I think they got like 2-3 chances in the first half. They could have scored, but the finishing touch didn't come.
The runs Adama Traore was making, the kind of he was turning over Manchester United players. The runs he was making. Yeah, he was amazing. I mean, someone who could take his balls and score. I saw Trincao coming pretty close to scoring, but
yeah, he had a great chance too, but he flubbed it.
Yeah, I think Wolves as a whole flubbed it. I think they were bad for I think last 10 minutes of the game, and they lost the game in that whole 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And Van Bissaka made a goal line save.
I think De Gea was pretty good in that game. I think he had a lot of good saves.
Double save was a great world-class save it was.
De Gea has always been world-class, but that's the thing. He needs more consistency.
I think now he's getting back to his best. Let's hope.
This is the season where I want to see every team playing at their best. So I'm waiting for De Gea to come to his best. So that, talking about Wolves again, Adama Traore, Ruben Neves, Raul Jimenez, Trincao, they have a lot of good bunch of players, but what they're missing is someone who can put the ball behind the goal.
Exactly. Now Raul Jimenez has to score now because they're missing his goal scoring. Last year he was injured. Now he's come back, but he needs to score now.
I think Wolves, the style they play, I think they're going to be all right in Premier League this season too.
Yeah, they will be all right. They just need to find that goal.
Because I saw the game.
He's doing everything except the goal. He's doing everything.
Because I saw the game and they were pretty brilliant in the first 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, they were dominating the game. We were nowhere near the game because I think they just took it away from us, the game.
I think Arsenal should see something and learn from them. I think Wolves are brilliant actually. I think, of course, they couldn't score, but they were brilliant in whatever they could do.
Exactly, they were just brilliant. I never imagined that they will attack like this. They were from the starting they were going attacking. That counter attack was great. That Adama Traore runs and Trincao too he played well, but
Trincao played well.
Yeah, they are missing the finishing touch. Let's see Jimenez has to get his scoring back.
Yeah, I think they'll come good. I think seeing the performance, you have some hope that they're going to come good end of the season, because I see a lot of teams who are not up to mark. I think they are going to. I think Norwich and teams like Watford, I think they are going to suffer. I don't see Wolves suffering. I think they're having pretty good.
Yeah, and all the 3 matches they played well. I think they were unlucky on all the 3 matches because they lost 1-0 in all the 3 matches. So I think they'll be all right.
Talking about Manchester United again, Jadon Sancho, pretty non-existent till now. I don't think he has made any impact in the United team.
I think he'll need time to adjust to the Premier League, and I think it was a tough place for him to start.
Of course, Mourinho is pretty tough, and you have full crowd back in.
Not full crowd back, so it was tough for him. And I think he will come good with time. Let's see.
But yeah, again, I have to say, Jadon Sancho has been pretty non-existent this much game. So he must step up. This is not Bundesliga. You're not playing against Hertha Berlin. You're not playing against teams like Schalke. You're playing against teams like Chelsea. You're playing teams like Manchester City. You got to perform. Teams like you can't discount any teams actually in Premier League. Even if you go against Burnley, they're going to turn you over if you don't play well.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think Jadon Sancho should come up to the stage. Talking about Rafael Varane, he had his full debut too. I think.
It was his first start, and I think he did pretty well. He won the headers, and he had actually provided the assist for the goal.
He I think he saved his match by getting that assist actually. So I see Maguire wasn't that sharp in that game. I didn't see Bruno Fernandes being that sharp in that game as well. I think. I could see a lot of Manchester United not being that sharp, but still, you guys had the win. You guys still had the win, and you created a record of what is that? 28 games now.
28 games unbeaten.
28 games unbeaten. Wow, that's a Premier League record. That's a Premier League record. 28 games unbeaten, and of course, I think Mason Greenwood came pretty close scoring as well. I mean, he scored the goal, but he came pretty close scoring another goal. Previously, I mean, that was really close. And that was a great save by keeper. Actually, if you see, he grazed the ball. Pretty, he is, I think, the future of Manchester United. I think you should see him and Rashford as the future. I think Rashford has been a bit on and off. I think he once he comes back in, he'll be back in the game. But Mason Greenwood is someone that Manchester United.
He started on fire because 3 games, 3 goals. He's looking great.
He was pretty good last season as well. Yeah, he was pretty good last season as well.
Yeah, exactly. But last season starting, he was just struggled a little bit. Then he came good at the later end of the season, and now he's in hot spot. He's looking good. Let's see how much game time he'll be getting once Ronaldo is back.
I think he'll be getting a good run of games. I think he's the future. And I think that should be the priority of Manchester United. I think Cavani is going to suffer the loss of game time once Ronaldo comes in. So, big question: how far do you think Ronaldo is going to take Manchester United this season?
Ronaldo, that's what I told you. We will be getting that winning mentality, and we will be getting the goals from him. I think he will be easily scoring 20 goals in Premier League. He should score. I think he will score. But the position I am concerned is the defensive midfielder, because it was really pathetic performance from Fred against Wolves. So let's see how we do against a big team, because I am really concerned with that position.
Yeah, I don't think Manchester are going to play now to CDMs anymore. We can see Scott McTominay and Fred playing regularly, but I don't see now anymore. I think they're going to have one CDM. And they're going to have Ronaldo at the top. They're going to have Ronaldo at the top to make the runs. I see Ronaldo scoring a lot of goals, but is he someone who's going to push you for a title this season?
I think he has to, because if anybody can, he is the one. And we are pretty well stocked in the defense also. But I think he did well. Now, once he adjusts to the Premier League, he will be even better. And let's see. And we got Jadon Sancho. So the creativity is improved, and Bruno Fernandes will come good. This game he was out of form, I guess. It was not at his best. So I think we will be good enough. But I want to see how they do against the bigger team, because without the defensive midfielder, because Pogba has to play now there, because Ronaldo comes, so another attacking player comes in. Now Pogba has to come back to
What was the closest big match of United actually? I think Chelsea play United pretty close. I think we have a lot of big fixtures. We have Manchester City and we have United coming in somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah, I am really waiting to see how they do well against the big team. Because now Pogba has to play back, because he won't be getting the space up front. And once Rashford is back, so he has to play at the left wing. So I think McTominay will be better fit with Pogba, because Fred, I don't think Fred is good enough.
Yeah, I don't see actually Fred or Mac. I think one of them is going to get sacrificed this season.
Yeah. Exactly. I think McTominay and Pogba will be good fit for playing in the league.
Talking about Ronaldo again, United has to play certain kind of way for him to score goals. Let's be honest. You're not going to see the Ronaldo of 2007, 2008, where he's going to make the runs as a winger. He's no more that young. He's going to play off the top striker.
Yeah, and I think we need that only, because we have the players for making the runs. We have Sancho, Rashford, Greenwood, Bruno. They all will be making runs, and we just have to put the ball into the box, and he will be scoring the goals. Ronaldo.
Is it going to be that easy though? That's the question. Is it going to be that easy though?
I mean, because it's still Ronaldo. I think he will easily score 20 goals.
Yeah, I see him scoring 20 goals. I see him scoring 20 goals, because I think he's never scored below 20 goals from I think in his career once he started scoring more than. So he's never gone below 20. So I don't expect him to go below this season. So yeah, I see United getting pretty close to the title. But the question is, how is Ronaldo going to start? How Ole is going to manage those matches? Because I think the only weak link that I see in Manchester United is Ole. I used to see that earlier. I see that with Ronaldo. He is the bigger weak link. I don't see how Ole is going to manage a character like Ronaldo in the game. How he's going to use players.
Exactly, and I'm waiting for that, because even in last match the team selection was not that great from Ole. Yeah, you need to see how Ole makes the selection.
The biggest problem with Ole is the substitutions. He hardly makes substitutions. That's a big problem. And if you have Ronaldo in your team, he'll expect a better manager to manage him. He's going to expect him to be used in a certain way that he's going to be useful for the club, and he's going to push for it. Because he is Ronaldo, he's going to take all the all the limelight from Manchester. He's going to be the focal point of Manchester United this season.
And he will want to win trophies, because it's at the later stage of the game. He will want to win trophies, so he will push for that. And I think he will push the players to perform better also, because Ronaldo, how the desire he has to win.
I think United has a great mentality right now with Bruno Fernandes, who has already a winning mentality, and you have now Ronaldo and another Portuguese and getting a winning mentality. I think it's going to be great for Manchester United to actually play in a certain way that it benefits those kind of players, and don't play in a ultra defensive way or in a way that it's going to hamper the performance of Ronaldo in this season. I think that should be the priority of Ole. I don't know how he's going to get it. I think get back Alex Ferguson. Get back Sir Alex Ferguson. Maybe that's the only way you see United winning the league again. But we'll have to see how Ole manages this game, because he did come second last season. So with Ronaldo with him, so pretty close. I think title is looking pretty close.
Exactly. I think we had a great transfer window. The only thing, if we had gotten center defensive midfielder, it would have been a 10 out of 10 window.
Maybe Declan Rice. You could have got Declan Rice. I think I don't see any big club bid for him. I think United were open to bid for Declan Rice.
Still, it was 100 million they were asking price.
Come on, that's West Ham. My God, bullish. They don't pay themselves, but they expect 100 million for their players.
Yeah, exactly. So I think in next season we might go for it. Some defensive midfielder. Let's see. But still, we can't ask for anything more. It was a great, because Ronaldo.
It was absolutely a great.
I think Varane was the best catch we got, because we never expected to get Rafael Varane.
Come on, Ronaldo. Ronaldo is the best for you this season.
Okay, Ronaldo is Ronaldo. Yeah, exactly. But Varane was a surprise because we never expected Varane to come to Premier League. And so it was a surprise. And I think, let's see. I think it's good times ahead.
All in all, a great squad. The only weak link I said I see is Ole. If he can pull it out, it's gonna be, great season for United. Which I, as a Jets fan, don't want it, but it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna play matchup.
The next, it will be great atmosphere at Old Trafford against Newcastle. Ronaldo back. I can't wait for that.
I see Ronaldo scoring a lot of goals because it's Newcastle. They're gonna play. They're going to play like a really defensive line against Ronaldo, and if he does the debut there and he scores like a couple of goals, I see Ronaldo easily scoring a couple of goals against Newcastle. There is no fear there. Are you guys going away or is it Old Trafford?
It's at Old Trafford.
Oh my God, you're going to have a lot of and the crowd, and we were Ronaldo fans.
It will be fire.
It's going to be fire.
I can't wait for that.
Talking about the game against Wolves, you see that controversial decision in the end where Pogba actually puts who was it, Ruben Neves, I think?
Yeah, Ruben Neves.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Because a lot of people did say it was actually a red card or at least a foul-worthy foul. But referee just let the game go on, and basically scores the game and clinches the game from then on. So how?
Yeah, I think it was because I think it was with the new rules. I think it was like okay, because even the referee in the referee panel was there right after the post match. He told because with the new rules, I think it was a good it was an okay decision because if it was the last year rules, it's a foul.
But again, you could clearly see in the replay that the boots was up. The boots was up.
Yeah, it was, but he didn't. He just had a minimal contact, I think. And Ruben Neves, he didn't went to ground at the first. When he lost the ball, he went to the ground.
I think that was the biggest mistake actually. Ruben Neves did.
Exactly. He didn't go to ground at the exact time he got the contact. He went to ground when he saw United player getting the ball, and after that he went to ground.
I think the biggest problem that Wolves fans had was when the same thing happened earlier. I think Ruben Neves was the guy who put the ball outside and led Manchester United. And they were expecting the same thing from Manchester United, but I don't see a reason actually Manchester United giving up a game like that. It's a crucial 3 points.
Unless it is a head injury, we don't have to. You don't have to. I think Wolves did a mistake there by putting out the goal. I think they were in an excellent position to actually move the ball forward. But you shouldn't be doing that. But I don't see any issues where Manchester United not throwing the ball out. So all in all, I don't think it was exactly a foul, a bigger foul. But I think something that referee should have stopped the game. But if they think we see a lot of inconsistencies with Premier League referees. So this is not new. This is absolutely not new. And I was pretty much pissed off with my own matches. That was a pretty bad match as well. So talking about Manchester United, with this kind of team, with this kind of aura around them right now, with Ronaldo joining in, do you see them getting a lot of points this season, or you see them drawing a lot of matches, or how do you think this season is going to pan out for Manchester United? No, I see them winning the matches because with Ronaldo, they have the winning desire. He will push everyone for winning, because we saw in the last match, the Portugal match yesterday. I think I thought they lost the match because till 88 minutes they were trailing 1-0, and he came up with those 2 goals and they won the match. So I think he will push everyone at United also for winning the match. He will never give up. We know his mentality. Scary prospect of seeing Ronaldo in Manchester United again. I was pretty excited, seeing that Ronaldo is coming back to United. Not as a United fan, of course. As a Premier League fan, I was very excited him coming back to. Exactly. It's not only good for Manchester United, it's good for Premier League also. It's a huge boost.
Do you think if Ronaldo wins, let's say, a Champions League with United, not this season or next season or whenever it is, do you think he's going to edge past Messi as a best player in the world? as an overall goal, because Messi did go to PSG and he did, and Ronaldo did come to Premier League again, which is the toughest league in the world. So, how do you see this?
But still, I think it's 50-50 because they are both different players. They have different styles of play. But I don't want to rate them. I like to enjoy seeing them. Let's see. I hope both do well, but I still think both are great players in their own right, and we don't have to rate them like who is better, who is less better.
But come on, this is going to be a debate. This is going to be a debate which you're going to see very often.
Exactly, but I'm a Messi fan. You know, I'm a Arsenal supporter, so I don't want to rate Messi down.
I get it. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting conversation if actually Ronaldo wins a Premier League or a Champions League with this Manchester United squad.
Yeah, and Messi fails to win a Champions League with PSG.
It's going to be a very interesting topic because again, people have been saying that Ronaldo likes challenges and he's won things everywhere he goes. And of course, Messi is a great player. There's no doubt about it. But him going to PSG and Ronaldo coming too, this is going to be a big decision actually making if he wins anything in this season. Yeah,
Messi has a big pressure. They have to win the Champions League.
That's a huge pressure. That's a huge pressure of Messi winning a Champions League there. Because PSG don't play against big teams day in day out. They're going to come up directly against big teams in Champions League, and you'll see the players going against big teams, and you see them. I think they need a better coach. I think Pochettino is a great coach, of course, but I don't see him, crossing the line with Messi. And he bottled the league on last time.
Yeah, and exactly. Let's see how he manages the big players he has got there. Because he doesn't have the experience of managing these big players.
I know. I mean, Thomas Tuchel, we see him brilliant in Premier League, and he couldn't do that with that kind of a team. So
exactly. Now the squad has become even bigger.
So with Messi and Neymar, Mbappe, Ramos, Hakimi, oh my God, that's a super team.
Yeah,
that's a super team. That's a super team. And if Messi doesn't win the Champions League, the ultimate trophy there, and Ronaldo wins a Premier League or a Champions League in Manchester United, I think it's going to be a very interesting conversation where the GOAT stands.
Yeah. Then it will be a tough conversation for Messi fans.
Moving on to the next game. Liverpool-Chelsea, Anfield. I mean, first half of the game was
it was electrifying.
The best I've seen in a while. The best I've seen. Of course, the Champions League was great, but
this was the atmosphere, the way the game was played. It was like end-to-end football.
It was end-to-end.
I just loved it. Yeah, I just loved it.
The game, the first half was absolutely brilliant, and I hate to say. This is what
Premier League brings us.
Exactly. This is the big boy game. This is the big boys game. Come on. This was the big boys game. You could see both the teams going for title and playing that kind of games. And
the ref going for the 3 points.
But if not for the red card, I mean, seriously, Anthony Taylor, every time he referees Chelsea games, he tends to give these kind of stupid decisions. I see him, This red card, I was just sitting here. I was saying it was pretty close to halftime, and of course, I'm not denying it's not a penalty. I've seen the replays, and it's 100% a penalty. He stops the goal. I mean, if it wasn't for a hand, it was definitely a goal. But it wasn't intentional. I wasn't seeing it's being intentional, and the whole rule is around it being intentional and you giving a red card for that. And how did Arteta give it a red card? I think completely spoiled the game for me, and I think it killed the game. After all, it was a big profile game, and as a referee, you need to be. That's why Premier League referees are not there in European competitions. You don't see Premier League referees, a lot of Premier League referees in European competitions. That's the only reason. So I saw the game and I was pretty pissed off in the halftime that we got the red card. You give a penalty. It could have been still a great game with 11 versus 11 on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been even better, I guess, with one.
With one goal in, exactly. Both the teams are trying to attack. It's going to be a high pressure game. It would have been a great game to watch. And referee just killed the whole game.
Exactly. So second half was like Chelsea were like holding on. Yeah.
But talking about the first half again, Liverpool were great. The first 10 minutes, 10 minutes or so, they were ultra pressuring. I think Chelsea were kind of holding on. And that goal by Havertz. Oh my God. That was some header, man. That was some header.
We never expect from Havertz. Like, if it was Lukaku, it's okay, it's Lukaku. But Havertz, I never expected that from Havertz.
I'm telling you, man, he's the guy who's going to be, he's going to reach the level of Eden Hazard in our team. He's going to lead he's great on the ball. He's still pretty young. He still has to grow out his body. Once he grows his body and he's pretty tall and all those things, he's going to rule Premier League. That's what I feel. He's going to be someone like Eden Hazard for us. He's a big match player. You see him scoring in Champions League. You see him scoring in this. Yeah, he's a big match player, man. He's a big match player. I'm really glad that we actually broke bank for him.
Great. I think great signing. Exactly, because he's winning headers. You never expect Havertz to win headers. He's winning headers against Liverpool.
I think the marking was pretty pathetic, but that header was absolutely gorgeous to watch.
Yeah, exactly. I think he just placed the ball like he didn't have.
He saw Alisson in there and he just gave that goal, and that was absolutely brilliant. And I was shouting on top of my voice, we're going to do this, and we were pressuring them. I mean, if Chelsea would have been a bit more clinical in the third half, we could have been like 2-0 up within half first half. There was a pretty bad pass to Lukaku and there was a pretty bad pass to Havertz. I think Mount should have done better passing to both Lukaku and Havertz. I think it's still more. They need still more time to gel up with Lukaku, and it's going to take some time. But I can completely see them, this season, and Liverpool were kind of tracking back in the first after that goal. They were trying to wait, and in close to 45 minutes, they started pressuring Chelsea, and we saw that goal. We saw the penalty, and we saw Salah scoring the penalty. So, and it changed the whole game. The whole game. Second half, Chelsea comes in mentality of just getting a point from Anfield, and it's how tough it is.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Going to Anfield with that crowd, and you're one man down against rock and roll football of Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
Pretty hard from and that was Tuchel masterclass again.
Yeah, it was terrific defending from Chelsea. The whole team.
Yeah, that was Tuchel as a manager. You can see his pedigree when he does all these kind of things. Okay, in Champions League, his team, we won the Champions League. Super Cup, he got Kepa in, won the Super Cup. Come into this Liverpool game, he removes Havertz, the goal scorer, after first half. He gets in Thiago Silva in. By the way, Thiago Silva's starts initials the first matches in the season.
First match of the season, yeah.
And such a ultra high profile match and a high pressure match. One man down, he comes in, and with no Havertz, you get Lukaku on top. You get you remove N'Golo Kante again. I think he had an injury somehow, so you remove N'Golo Kante in. I think this was great show of how Tuchel is going to manage Chelsea going forward, and I'm absolutely ecstatic.
Yeah, exactly. The performance has put Chelsea right up there for the title.
I was loving it. Of course, I would love 3 points, but getting this 1 point out of Anfield with 10 men down gave me more confidence.
Yeah, I think it's great result for Chelsea. With 10 men hanging on to the point, it's great result for Chelsea.
We did create a couple of chances also. We did create big chances. And if Lukaku was a bit more clinical, or we had better more passing, we could have actually won those games in some other day. We could have won this game.
Yeah, exactly. Till the red card, it was like Chelsea were great. They created chances. They were like attacking Liverpool, but the red card it changed the whole match. And then Chelsea managed to hold on. It was a great result for Chelsea. All.
Yeah, I love the fact that we actually never conceded. I mean, not conceded as in we never conceded an open goal, or we just hold on to that one goal. So it was. I absolutely love that performance, and I was pretty excited winning that 1 point from Anfield. It was great. It was a great performance.
Yeah, it was a great result. Yeah, it was a great result.
Andres Christensen, he needs a mention in this. He's
won. Right.
He won man of the match twice right now in Anfield. He was brilliant. He was brilliant in the game. And you see how Tuchel manages Chelsea. I mean, before Tuchel came in, we saw Alonso getting sidelined. We saw Jorginho getting sidelined. We saw we saw Emerson and all those kind of fringe players getting sidelined completely. The first thing Tuchel comes in, he feels confidence on this place. Now Alonso has already started 3 games in this Premier League and he's been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant in this game. Yeah, he already scored a goal, so he's been brilliant in these games. You see Jorginho, he's already won Player of the Year. Player of the Year. You see him actually. He came in and sorted out the defense. First thing he did was sort out the defense, shut the shop, don't concede. This is how we're going to play. Now people might say we are ultra defensive, but I see us going attacking with Lukaku in our squad. We didn't have Lukaku last season. That's why we're playing defensive. But this is a season we are going to see us attack, and we are going to see us clinically defend the games.
Exactly, and you got the players to do that. You got the defenders, and you got the striker also. So you have the players to do that.
Yeah, I think Chelsea's transfer window was absolutely fabulous this season.
Yeah, Chelsea just needed the striker, and you got it.
We got the striker. We got a CDM. In Saul.
And that's an icing on the cake.
Brilliant signing again. He has 300 games in his belt. That's not a small thing.
Yeah, we know Saul is a great player.
It's a great player.
We know how he performed against Burnley in the Champions League. The goal he scored.
He's won the title last season. Of course, he had some issues this last 2 years, health issues, and he couldn't perform to his best. But I think we're going to see good Saul this season, and I think it's a very important. I don't see him as a backup. First of all, I see us rotating between Jorginho, Kovacic, and Kante extremely. We're going to see either Kante, Saul, or we're going to see Jorginho, Saul, or we're going to see Jorginho or Kovacic somehow in this permutation combination of all these players. But I don't see Saul being just a backup keeper. Because I've seen Thomas Tuchel rating Saul pretty high, and I saw the interviews and I saw the the scouting team of Chelsea saying that they have been scouting Saul for the past 2 years. I don't think this is just for a backup situation. And you see Kante getting injured more often every season. You see him missing out a lot of games every season.
Since last season he's getting. It's an exceptional signing, I guess. Because even United were looking into that, but I think after Ronaldo deal, we didn't have much money left. So
it was a loan deal. It was a loan deal from Chelsea. I think Chelsea's board is, it's in a different level. I think we lead the line in transfers.
The transfer team is great for Chelsea.
We are still, by the way, we are in profit of 30 million. Just saying. We are still in profit of 30 million. We didn't spend a penny from our end. We are in 30 million profit. We sold Kurt Zuma. We sold a lot of players, and we generated close to 130 million. And we spent 97 on Lukaku, and we got a loan deal for Saul. We are in profit of 30 million, man.
Yeah, it was a great window for Chelsea too, because they sold a lot of fringe players and got the striker they needed and got the midfield option they needed. Now I think it's a scary squad Chelsea has got.
Yeah, we have a deep squad. We could take 2 buses right now, not 1 bus.
Yeah, you can make two great teams out of that squad.
We have backup in every position. We have 4 midfielders right now, and we have makeshift midfielders. Chalobah can't play in midfield. We saw him in last match coming in for Jorginho, so he can play in that position. We see Mount playing in that position. So we see a lot of players actually makeshifting everywhere, and we see Tuchel actually doing this. We've seen Callum Hudson-Odoi playing as a right back. We've seen him playing as a winger. we see Tuchel actually managing all players pretty well, and I think that's the show how good manager is.
Yeah, that's how Arsenal should look up and see how an experienced manager can do well with the squad.
I'll be honest, when Tuchel came in, I wasn't rating Tuchel pretty high. You know that. I have told you this. I wasn't rating Tuchel pretty high because he was at PSG and I didn't really see him doing much. Of course, he got him into finals, but we couldn't see his actual worth. We couldn't see his actual tactical performances.
Exactly. Yeah, right.
Now we can.
Now we can see what.
And I can give you a lot of instances where he has changed the whole game just by substitutions. I think that is what Frank Lampard lagged a lot.
Yeah, that's what we get it by experience, right? He's an experienced manager. He knows how to win big games.
Talking about Liverpool again, with Van Dijk, with that whole debate of Van Dijk against Lukaku, this whole going on, we saw Van Dijk actually overpowering Lukaku the first half. Of course, Lukaku was playing pretty deep, and so we couldn't see the whole performance of Lukaku against Van Dijk. But I think Van Dijk, we have to say Van Dijk has been pretty good till now.
Yeah, I think Van Dijk, did well against Lukaku. He managed him well. And Matip too. We have to mention Matip also. He also did well.
He also did pretty well. I was actually thinking he would go against Matip, but Matip did pretty well in the game.
Yeah, he was winning headers against Lukaku. I never expected that. I expected Van Dijk to win headers, but Matip, he was great.
Yeah, Matip was pretty good. I think he was all fired up because of all this playing him down, the reason of playing him down. So he was pretty fired up and he went against Lukaku. And it was a great defensive performance by Liverpool as well. Let's not take anything away from Liverpool. They were pretty good too in the game.
Yeah, they were pretty well.
They're pretty good too. So, seeing this kind of performance, where do you think Liverpool are going to end up?
Yeah, Liverpool are like a serious title contender. But I'm scared about Chelsea. I see Chelsea squad. I am really scared as a Manchester United fan. They are like, I don't know who will be able to stop them.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty excited to see Chelsea squad. I personally think we are the outright favorites right now, getting Lukaku and Saul. I personally think we are the outright favorites. But seeing Manchester United getting Ronaldo gives me a bit shiver, of course. And seeing Manchester City, of course, they are Manchester City. They can anytime put up a run that you cannot do. So that's
Guardiola.
Yeah, exactly. And Liverpool being Liverpool, they can be that kind of a side.
Yeah, and they have Salah to nick in the goal.
Yeah, I don't see any team coming close to top 4 this season, apart from already what are there. I don't see Spurs coming in. I don't see Leicester coming in. I don't see any other team coming in. I think the top 4 is already done.
Yeah, if someone comes in, then it will be a big shock.
Yeah, it's going to be a big shock. They have to the only way they can do that is win against all the lower teams.
Yeah,
and put up a good performance against the big team. So that's the only way I see. But honestly speaking, I don't see any other team coming close to top 4.
Yeah, how much we have watched right now, it's pretty hard for the other teams because and these teams have improved a lot.
Talking about Chelsea, of course, as I told you, I think they're outright favorites. See them. I think we have a lot of big matches coming. We have Manchester City coming up. We have, we have Manchester United coming up. They're all pretty close. We have all big matches coming up pretty close. So if we survive those matches, if we somehow get all say a point or 3 points from all those matches, we have a long run of teams against teams who are like little lower teams or bottom table teams. And I think if we cross this stage of tough matches, I think it's going to be pretty good for Chelsea. I mean, this season is going to be pretty made up for Chelsea. If we actually go on a run on that match and we don't kind of drop any points at all in this, playing against Burnley or Norwich or say, Southampton, if we don't lose any points and we survive this run of like Manchester United, Manchester City, I think this is going to be a great season for Chelsea.
Yeah, hard to do that. And seriously, I doubt anyone else can stop this team. It's really hard because Lukaku, he will nick goals. Then Mount, Howard, you have the creativity there, and Kante, Jorginho, you have the defensive midfielder, and the defense. It's great, and you have got a great keeper too.
A great keeper, and of course Jules Koundé didn't work out, so we couldn't get him in.
But still, you got a great squad.
But that's the thing. I think Chelsea would have moved for Jules Koundé if not for Chalobah coming in.
Yeah, I think that's why they were like, if it's okay if we didn't get him also, because they saw the performance from Chalobah. Yeah.
Chalobah, whenever he's come in, he's put up a great performance.
Yeah, that's what. So they didn't win like 100%. We need him. If we get him, it's okay. Otherwise, we have Chalobah. I think they had that mentality in mind. So they didn't go over the.
I think Sevilla kind of played a curveball here by increasing the price for 20 million or so. At the end of the day,
70 to 80 million.
Yeah, exactly. And and Chelsea are not a team which is going to roll over. First of all, I think Chelsea are one of the shrewdest team going into transfer markets. We get deals done at a cutthroat price, to be honest. Saul we got in for 41 million. That's a buy option of Saul. 40 million. Sorry. 40 million is a buy option. And where do you get a senior for 40 million of Saul who has 300 games experience? Saul's caliber. You're not going to get that kind of player. You see Declan Rice going for 100 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So, great window by Chelsea. Talking about Liverpool, big question. Do Liverpool have the worst board when it comes to transfers? Are FSG the worst board?
I think they work according to a plan, and they only go for players like they feel it's good. They are going to play in their starting 11. I don't know. They don't overpay for players. Like they don't pay like 100 million for a player.
Yeah, because I see Liverpool and their spending power and what they do this whole season. They have not refreshed their squad for past 2 seasons.
Yeah, they just got a centre back.
They got Thiago in, I think, last season. And
last season they got Thiago, but he has not started much.
And I don't see Thiago having that kind of impact, actually. Yeah. I haven't seen anything from Thiago to say that kind of impact he had.
He has not settled to Premier League. But I think they got a pretty good squad for this season. But next season onwards, they will have to think of replacing.
They earned like $250 million when they won the Champions League, and I honestly think Liverpool has one of the worst boards, because United got in a lot of players and Chelsea got in a lot of players, and you see teams around them, Aston Villa kind of improving, but Liverpool are pretty adamant and not improving. It's not like they don't have the money; they do.
Yeah, they try to extend the contracts of the players. I think they got like 5-6 players contract.
Yeah, they got Henderson on a new contract, and they got a lot of players. That was a big chances for them, getting all the players new contracts
extended. Yeah, but I think they will struggle in, like, if somebody gets injured, like Salah or Mane, then they will be under trouble.
They are pretty stingy, I think, in Liverpool. They literally don't spend at all. And I think that is going to be their downfall. If they don't do it, because this is Premier League, you got to keep spending. You see Chelsea and Manchester City winning leagues because they spend that much. You see Manchester United coming close right now because they did spend on Rafael Varane, Jadon Sancho, and Ronaldo. You're not going to just magically come up there with players like that. That's the reason it took Liverpool 30 years to get in one title. And it took Jurgen Klopp 4 years to win a Champions League. Exactly. I think that is the reason. I think you got to spend. And there's all these Liverpool fans telling me.
Yeah, they won the title because they spent on Van Dijk and Alisson. But they spend on the Coutinho money they got. They spend on these players, so they became the title contenders at the time.
Liverpool, in my opinion, had to spend. They didn't. I think that is going to cost them this season.
Yeah, exactly. And if they get some injury, it will be really hard. Especially the front three. If one of them got injured, like Salah, especially Salah, who scores a lot of goals for them. If he gets injured, then they will be in trouble.
I think Mane has been pretty underperforming.
Last season he has not scored much.
And we know Firmino, he kind of coordinates the game, but you don't expect him to score a lot of goals.
He's a supporting striker. Yeah, exactly. He's not a typical number 9. He coordinates between Salah and Mane, and he creates those chances for them.
And I see Diogo Jota playing a lot of games.
Because exactly. I think he's been on fire.
Yeah, he's absolutely brilliant whenever he comes in. Like we saw that last season. But he's a lot of injury prone because I think last season he got injured twice. This season again, we'll have to see how he does. But Liverpool are a pretty weak squad. Not weak squad as in game squad, but they're pretty weak in a physicality way. What I say is they get injured too soon. Exactly, they get injured too soon, and they don't have depth, and they're going to suffer for this reason. And I'm not going to be sad that if that happens. So
exactly.
So let that happen to them. It's going to be pretty good. Going on other games, let's say I think we covered all the big games. So let's go for Spurs, who are on top of the table. I don't know how. So Spurs versus Watford. They won again, 1 goal. They're doing this. They're winning with 1 goal. They're not conceding. I think Espirito Santo has got his tactics all right. Kane staying back has given a big boost. And all in all, Spurs had a great transfer window. They have gotten good players.
Exactly. Romero, he has not started yet. But something that starts, I think he's a great player for them. A great defender. I saw him in Copa. Like, Argentinian defense, it was such a weak defense, but he made a difference for that.
Talking about Spurs, they have Christian Romero. I think they got Emerson Royal from Barcelona on deadline day.
Exactly. But I don't know the logic what Barcelona did there. They bought him this season, and on the deadline day, they are sending.
You don't get anything what Barcelona does. They sold Anton Griezmann. They lent him out.
And they bought Luke de Jong. Hello, this is Barcelona, right?
I think one of the worst transfer strategies. I think if there is any team who has worse transfer strategies than Arsenal, that should be Barcelona.
Exactly.
You let Messi go because you didn't have wages to support him, and then you let go Anton Griezmann. If that was your motive, you could have left Anton Griezmann go and kept Messi back in.
Yeah, that's the point. And now they have the attacking of Luke de Jong, Depay.
I think it's a pretty average squad again. Barcelona has a pretty average squad now. How happy you are if you're Atletico Madrid? You just won the title and you ask yourself, what player would you need to win the next title? Okay, give us Anton Griezmann. And Barcelona is like, okay, take Anton Griezmann. You can take him for loan, you can buy him from next season. For what?
40 million.
For 40 million.
Over 100 million for him.
I mean, around 120 million you pay for this guy, and you hardly use him for 71 matches. You don't win shit. You win odd cups, and you give him back to Atletico Madrid, who just won the title because you sold them Suarez, and you're giving them now. Anton Griezmann, who has been in this, who has played with Diego Simeone, who's going to be your biggest rivals this season. And you give them your arguably the best player, I think, in Barcelona squad.
Yeah, once Messi left,
I don't know what are they thinking.
I can see Griezmann getting back to his best.
100%, because it's Diego Simeone knows how to play Anton Griezmann.
Exactly, he knows how to use Anton Griezmann. He'll be on fire, I think. He'll be back to his best.
Yeah, that was the worst decisions. I don't know what Barcelona makes. They sell him on deadline day. This whole Saul obviously didn't want to play in Atletico anymore. So it was pretty clear by that.
I think, and they got Rodrigo de Paul of Argentina.
Yeah. Rodrigo de Paul, yeah.
Yeah, so they had a replacement in hand. So it's okay for them. But Anton Griezmann, I think it's a great buy for them.
Anton Griezmann, in and all, I think Atletico Madrid has won a jackpot there. Getting Anton Griezmann in. And Atletico Madrid as a whole team right now is the most, favorites to win the title, actually. The La Liga title. I personally think they are the favorites this season. Not Real Madrid.
They have the squad.
They have the squad to do it. And on top of that, they're getting Griezmann in. And they have Suarez to support. And they have... was João Felix, and they have great players. They have great players.
They have Koke. Now Rodrigo de Paul they got.
They have a squad to actually win the title this season. I think pretty likely they do.
They're the favorites to win the La Liga now.
That was a pretty bad decision by them. They have sold all of their best players. They have kept Carlos Braithwaite, and they have kept
they have kept Carlos Braithwaite. They have brought in Luke de Jong. I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah, maybe Barcelona goes in next season and they're like, okay, here's the money. Yeah, but they're in so much debt. How are they going to get the money to?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they have the money.
If it was like a team that they're decluttering and they go next season and they get in Haaland or somebody like, Mbappe next season, I would be okay. You did that. Understood. But you don't have the funds to do that.
Exactly. They are on huge debt. And they are not going to get it next season.
And you let go your best players in. You could, at least with Griezmann in, you could have at least challenged for the title. Now you have Coutinho.
You had to give at least one of them. At least Messi or Griezmann. Let both of them go.
You let both the player who plays in the same position, who can actually control the game, and you just let. And Anton Griezmann was in a good form. You saw him in French squad in Euros. He was in a good form. He was coming back to his best, and you let him go with a bargain chip of a deal of 40 million to Atletico Madrid, his old team, where he's scored tons of goals and he's been the best player of Atletico Madrid. And same coach again. Stupid decision. I don't know what are they thinking. So that's Barca's problem, not mine.
Well, it's okay for me because they have dominated the football for long now. They have to struggle with
it. That's what my thinking is. But again, talking about a bit more in La Liga, Real Madrid got Camavinga out of nowhere. I don't think we expected that. I think Camavinga was getting touted, but I've seen Camavinga play a few matches, but he's a good player. Let's not get that wrong. But he's too young, and I think
he's just 18 years old.
Yeah. I think Madrid have a good strategy. I think they're going to go in next season. They're going to get Mbappe for free, absolutely free. I think PSG was stupid to not sell him for 200 million.
But I think but PSG, I don't think they have their mind about the money. They just need to.
They don't need money. They have the Qatar backing. They don't need money.
Exactly.
And they value Champions League more.
Yeah, I think the strategy is to keep Mbappe this year, win the Champions League, then you can live for free next season. You don't care.
They don't win the Champions League, man. My God, it's going to be riot. It's going to be a riot at PSG. So talking about Real Madrid, I think if they'll get in Mbappe 100%. We know that now. They're going to get in. I heard about a pre-contractual deal in this January or something. So we know they're going to get him. So Ancelotti, again, a great manager, but I don't. La Liga winning manager, sure, he can win La Liga. There is nothing wrong. I don't see why Ancelotti can't win the La Liga. He's good. He's great. I don't see him win the Champions League, of course, but I see him winning the La Liga titles with Camavinga and with Mbappe, and if they pull Haaland in too.
Yeah. Now that's the question now, because if they have spent like 200 million then next season I don't think they will be in for Haaland. But now they are getting Mbappe for free next season, so they'll be in for Haaland also.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be on Haaland if he wants to play in the same team as Mbappe. And it's going to screw up their wage structure. We know that. They already have Alaba on a huge wage. And
Hazard.
But I think they have still a better strategy than Barcelona getting getting Camavinga.
Exactly. They have great. Camavinga is a great signing for them because he's just 18 years old.
He's going to fill that Modric boots. To be honest, Modric is getting gold. He's going to fill that Modric boots. They're going to get Mbappe 100%. We know that he's going to be someone who's going to play tag team with, Vinicius or Benzema. We see them having a great trio, and we see them actually genuinely going for a title next season and Champions League the next. But Barcelona are in a mess. They're not getting any new players. They have a lot of dead weight, and of course they're decluttering, but they don't have funds to get back those kind of players anymore.
Yeah, that's the issue. So they don't have the funds. They don't have I think the whole management is like poor. So
I think a lot of promises were done this season, and I think Barcelona has failed. So pretty bad promise. I think if you're a Barcelona fan, you are in world of trouble for next 2 to 3 years, unless they win Champions League from nowhere. But I don't see it happening at all.
It will be the greatest shock. It'll
be the greatest shock. And Ronald Koeman, I don't see him winning the Champions League.
Exactly. I don't rate him much. He's not that a great manager.
Yeah, he might be a great manager, but with the squad he has right now in hands, I don't see him doing anything much. because he doesn't have a balanced squad. I don't see him having a balanced squad. He has a great midfield, but he doesn't have anything going forward.
He doesn't have a defense also.
Yeah, doesn't have a defense. He's not going to play 11 midfielders, right? He's going to have to play, forwards, and he's going to have to play defense. And the worst suffering, I feel, is a goalkeeper. I think he should come to Premier League. I think.
I think he's a great goalkeeper, but he doesn't have the luck.
I think he's going to carry Barcelona this season, but let's see how it happens for them. Yeah. Talking about other fixtures in Premier League, let's go for Aston Villa Brentford. Brentford still undefeated. They have won one, drew twice. Pretty good start, I would say.
Yeah, Ivan Toney scored.
Ivan Toney scored. Yeah. I think Brentford might survive this season. You never know.
I think even I have the opinion about that because they are doing well. They're playing well.
They're very constructive.
Aston Villa, they got a good squad, and against them they played well. So
I think I couldn't get the match, to be honest, but I've seen the replays, and Aston Villa, I see them playing well. Of course, the squad they have to play well. With the transfers they have to play well. They have a great squad. They have a great squad. They have a great coach. I think they're going to be safe. Talk about Brentford. They are new to the game. They are new to the Premier League, and the first 3 games they have played, first against Arsenal. I don't know. I think they played. I don't know who they play the next match. I think they played this with Aston Villa, and all 3 games they have been undefeated. As a team who have just come into Premier League, what kind of boost that gives you?
Yeah, it's a huge boost. Going undefeated in the first 3 matches is great for a new team who are coming after 74 years to Premier League. It's a great boost for them.
Norwich haven't won a single game. I think Watford won 1 game out of 3, and Brentford are the one who has won all 3 games. Even are undefeated in all 3 games. At least they have won 1 game. And Arsenal again couldn't win a single game and couldn't even get a point and haven't even scored a goal. Haven't even scored a goal. Consider all the fucking goals. I think he scored in bunches. 5 goals, red cards, all negative. Super negative.
Exactly.
Where do you see Brentford this season again?
Brentford, I think they are surprising us with the performance they are giving. Because I didn't expect them to perform like this. But the first performance against Arsenal, it was great.
It was actually,
great.
Absolutely brilliant performance. I have never seen coming into Premier League and defeating a team like Arsenal. And the atmosphere was absolutely brilliant, actually, to be frank.
Yeah. And then they drew against Crystal Palace in the second match, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Crystal Palace, they are a Premier League team from the last some years. So it's a great result. And against Aston Villa draw, it's also a good result for them. I think it's a great 5 points from 3 matches. It's a great result for them.
This is a very good, considering the fact they've just come into Premier League. This is the first time they're playing in Premier League ever. Top flight football after 74 years.
74 years. So 5 points from 3 matches is a great start.
If Brentford survive this season, with the transfer strategy that Brentford uses, I see them going pretty well. Maybe they might get relegated next season, but 100% sure they're going to come back stronger. That's what I feel.
And I think the manager also, he has a good tactics.
I've seen Thomas Frank play. I think he was a bit conservative when he was playing Championship. He's been pretty open right now when he's playing. He knows how to set up his team.
He's going all out. You saw Arsenal. He was attack. So,
I think they have a great focal point with Ivan Toney, and they have a good, solid defense. I see them actually getting good this season, actually.
I think they can stay in the Premier League for the next season.
Because I see a lot of... Maybe Arsenal might be the guy who gets relegated. You never know. So, moving on to the next game. Brighton Everton. Brighton versus Everton. 2-0 to Everton again. Everton won this. Fair and square. Rafael Benitez is doing a great job at Everton again, but we see Everton doing this every season at the start of the games. Pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. And Gray getting on the team. And I think there was some issue with Richarlison for that penalty, I guess.
Yeah, I couldn't get the game, so I don't know what happened exactly.
I also just saw the highlights, but for the penalty, I think Richarlison was fighting for the penalty for taking it. there was some issues
with him and who what's the guy's name? Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, and Calvert-Lewin took the penalty and he scored, but there was some issues with them. So
I had.
But I think Everton will do good. I think they will be in top 8, they'll be good for that.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to be before Arsenal. I think because everyone is performing well. Because you just see Everton performing well, you see Brentford performing well, you see Arsenal performing well. You actually see where Arsenal are at 20th, and if they get out against Norwich and they just lose that game as well. You see these points actually racking up points. You don't see Arsenal coming back that stronger because you don't expect Arsenal to string a results. You don't expect them to win 4 to 5 matches at a row. That's not going to happen. They have not even played big matches right now. They are yet to come against Liverpool. They're yet to come against Manchester United. They're yet to come against teams like Burnley. They're yet to come against big teams with big teams, low block teams. Premier League is diverse. You're going to play against all teams, and I don't see them having a style and them suffering a lot. And of course, they have a lot of players to come in, but I don't see how that changes that team. So
yeah, exactly. It's Arsenal fans will be in great.
Yeah. Brighton Everton again. Brighton lost this game, but Brighton have been pretty good. We have seen them actually every season. Graham Potter is a great coach. Let's be honest. Brighton as a team staying in Premier League for so long with the squad they have and the spending power they have. Pretty good.
Yeah, Potter has got a.
We know Brighton is going to be safe. Last season they came pretty close, but they were pretty safe. Again, they got in the results again. Brighton, Burnley are kind of a squad that I always feel they have the capacity to pull themselves out of the relegation zone. I can win this. Yeah.
Exactly.
So going for West Ham Crystal Palace. They won. They won 2-2. I mean, it was 2-2 draw again. So, points draw for West Ham or points gain for Crystal Palace?
Yeah, I think it's a point draw for West Ham because I expect them to win the match, but I think Crystal Palace put up a good fight, and Gallagher I think played well to score both the goals.
One was a deflection, I think, right?
Yeah, deflection. But again, Michael Antonio, he scored, he assisted. I think he's in red hot form right now.
Yeah. You can see him whenever he makes runs. He's been absolutely brilliant when he makes runs. He scored goals. Absolute good striker. Absolute good striker. Good striker. Can push up defenders. Can move up in front of the box. Good at heading.
He has the strength. He has the pace. Whatever.
Yeah, he can create goals. He can score goals. We saw him. Antonio has been great. Captained him last time and got a good return. So I would say he's pretty good. And Antonio is absolutely brilliant. And I see him scoring a lot of goals for West Ham. West Ham. He's already the top scorer for West Ham, I think. Top goal scorer for West Ham in history of West Ham.
Yeah, in the Premier League,
I see him scoring goals. Crystal Palace again. Let's go for Crystal Palace. New manager. They got in a lot of signings. They have backed him. Let's be honest. They have backed Patrick Vieira this time. They got him good goals. They got. I think they got a good player from Scottish League. I forgot his name. Can't remember his name.
Striker.
Yeah, they got a good striker right now. I can't remember his name. Yeah. Yeah, Odsonne Edouard. Yes. They got him this season. I think Arsenal were looking into him again. Arsenal lost the transfer battle here as well. And Crystal Palace got him. Crystal Palace getting Odsonne Edouard. I think Arsenal weren't serious getting Odsonne Edouard because they wanted to offload Lacazette and they couldn't offload Lacazette. And reason they couldn't get in Odsonne Edouard. Crystal Palace got in and they've been bagged. Where do you see Crystal Palace ending up this season? Because I see them struggling, actually, to be honest, with Patrick Vieira on charge.
Exactly. I see them struggling, but I think they've got enough to avoid the relegation. But I think they will be in the relegation battle, but I think they will just be enough for
to survive that. Because we have seen worse performances because Norwich getting battered 5-0 twice. We have seen Watford might put up a fight. You never know, but they are for now. I don't see them.
Yeah, still I'm not convinced.
Yeah, and the third team, you never know who might come in. So there are a lot of teams in that third category. They have Southampton, they have Newcastle. So
Newcastle, yeah.
Talking about Newcastle and Southampton, they played and was 2-2 draw. Nothing surprising. Both equally caliber team again. I think this is a kind of result what I see, and this is I feel that teams like Southampton or Newcastle should actually win this. Get this under the belt.
Get the 3 points.
Yeah, get the 3 points. Don't go for a point or two, because you losing this match means you have to play against a bigger team and score points there.
Exactly.
But yeah, again, all in all, I think 2 goals to each. I think it's a great boost for Newcastle again, because they are pretty hard for them to score goals. Let's be honest. Callum Wilson got in. I think Saint Maximin also got a goal. I love Saint Maximin.
I think he has started great this season.
Yeah, he's always great. Let's be honest. He's always with the squad in. He's like Zaha kind of player in Newcastle.
I think he has to. I think some like a club like Everton, will be a good match for him. So a better player with better players around him, I think he'll be great.
Yeah, I think so too, because you see him making runs from deep, coming into the box and scoring and assisting. So great traits for a player.
And Newcastle play like defensive football, so it doesn't suit him much.
Yeah,
so he comes to like a better club like Everton, like Aston Villa. So it will be great for him.
Newcastle were a good team, but I think they have kind of a screwed up midfield somehow. And
I think the management is like very poor. Like the owner, he doesn't support the club much, right?
Yep, he should get. I think he did some investment last season, but I don't know, it didn't work out. They got Jamal Lewis and they got good players. Somehow didn't work out. I think they should have gone back again into investment. They should have gone back in. They should have got back some good midfield options or get another striker, 2 striker. Because Callum Wilson alone can't do this.
I think they should have got a midfielder, because they don't have a midfield anchor. Shelby is okay, but they need someone to play alongside him.
And Shelby is getting old. You don't expect Shelby to be staying along. You need someone there to actually support Shelby. I would have really liked Newcastle United to get another striker, play a 2-striker game, because that's the game they should be thriving in. Putting long balls and getting those two strikers at the front. Don't expect Callum Wilson to always make runs, because it's a lot of pressure on one striker to carry the whole team. At least there should be at least a 2-striker option in a team like Newcastle, especially because you don't have any quality backside. All your quality should be concentrated in midfield or at least in striker, getting goals, and they need someone like that. I think if they would have had someone like that, they could have actually won this game.
Yeah, this is a big game.
Talking about Southampton again, I think this must be a great result for Southampton, actually, to be speaking, with the transfers they've had and the kind of quality squad they have right now. I think this is a fair result for Southampton.
Yeah, that's okay. And currently they don't have a great squad right now. They lost Canning, Westgard, they lost. So they might be struggling this season.
Yeah, this is a season where I feel Southampton must survive this season, go into next transfer window, invest a good amount of whatever returns you get, and get in some good strikers or midfielders or defensive. Because this season I think Southampton should concentrate on just getting in a point. That's why I feel this is a good point for Southampton than Newcastle, because Newcastle have a better squad than Southampton, and they should be looking to win this.
And it was at home of Newcastle.
I think they should have won this game, but again, 2-2 draw. I don't see anything drastic here. It was a fair result for both the teams.
Fair result, yeah.
Going up to Norwich versus Leicester now. Again, Leicester won this one 2-1. Norwich did score a goal, which Arsenal couldn't again. They have Pukki was back on strike.
Vardy scored again.
Vardy scored again. But honestly, where do you see Leicester ending up this season?
Yeah, Leicester might same year, like top 8. I can see them top 8 because they'll be doing all right. And I think they have got to get the defenders back now. They've got a lot of injury problems right now.
You think they'll get into Europe again this season, like finishing 5th or 6th? Because I honestly don't see them finishing on 4th. I mean, that would be a surprise. Great.
No. Top 4, I don't think they have a chance, but they can finish in like top 6 there and there about there.
5th best team.
5th, I think now Spurs are doing well with the new manager, so I go for Spurs. So
I would go to
round about there, like like sixth, seventh, like that. I go for Leicester.
Yeah, because they haven't done pretty well last 2 seasons. They have overperformed. So this season it's going to be very, and they had a lot of good transfers this season. They have been really quiet and they have had great transfers this season as well.
Yeah, I think they were like smart buys. Like Saumare, I think he's a great buy.
Great buy.
They got him for like 17 or 18 million. I think it's great investment, and they got like Baka. Like, who's that striker they got?
Again, a Celtic striker. I forget his name. Scottish players, I forget their names.
So if Vardy gets injured, so he can come in. So I think they have got a good spread, and right now they have a lot of injury at the back. John Evans is injured, and like Fofana got injured, and Vestergaard he got injured. They bought him, then he got injured. So I think they'll be all right when these players come back.
So I think we have covered a lot of games. I think we covered all the games. We didn't cover Burnley versus Leeds. That was a draw again. 1-1.
That was a draw. 1-1. And I think it was like typical Burnley match.
Yeah, typical Burnley match. Again, Sean Dyche playing whole his 11 players again back of the team and putting balls ahead and doing inshallah. So we know that from Sean. We're going to get that from Sean Dyche. So talking about Leeds again.
It's at last they got the goal from Bamford. I think it's fair result for Leeds because their away match to Burnley is always tough because they're set up to defend, and once they get a goal, they always block them scoring goals. So somehow they got a goal. I think it's okay for Leeds getting a point away at Burnley.
Burnley again. We know they're going to survive this. They're going to get up points here and there, and they're going to survive this. So we know that's going to be pretty. We know that's how Burnley plays, and that's how Burnley is going to survive this year as well. Because they have zero transfers every time. I think they did get a player this season. I don't know who they got. I think they got a defensive player this season or a striker. I can't say exactly. But usually they play now.
Yeah, they don't spend much. But
usually don't spend much. Some of this, Sean Dyche is a great man. He's a legend, actually, to be frank. So many years. He's a magician playing. I think he would do great in Arsenal. But he would honestly, even he would refuse Arsenal, actually, to be frank. Because he knows he's respected at Burnley. He's the main guy. And he's been, so as long as in Premier League, I don't think he should have any issues going ahead with Burnley.
Yeah, right.
And honestly, to be frank, I don't see difference between Burnley and Arsenal right now. So I don't see why he would leave. So Burnley versus Leeds, 1-1. Fair results, you think? Good result for Burnley, of course. Leeds, of course. We expect more from Leeds usually because last season we saw a lot of good performances by them. But we forget they are pretty new to Premier League and they still have pretty average players.
Exactly, yeah. But I think they'll be all right because there are like a lot of away matches. Burnley away, I think draw is a good result for Leeds. So I think they will come back better after the international break. They'll be doing well.
We're going to see a lot of good matches after the break as well. We're going to see Ronaldo back in game.
Yeah.
We're going to see
and Leeds signed Daniel James finally.
Exactly. After that whole fiasco, I think the match with Manchester, I think they were chanting. They were chanting something against Daniel James. I don't remember exactly the quote they were chanting. And of course, Leeds have been behind Daniel James for past 4 years. Actually, to be frank. They were going behind Daniel James before 4 years when he was in Championship, and they couldn't get him. And Manchester United went in for Daniel James and got him.
They almost signed him in 2019.
Exactly.
Yeah, they almost signed him in 2019, but then something went bad and United got him. But yeah, United, I think it's good for United because it was just a stop with because we didn't get signed. So
it's a great business for United because selling these kind of players is what makes you as a club the profiting club. You're not going. You keeping Daniel James is not going to be useful because you're not going to play him much because you have Ronaldo now. You have Cavani now, so you can't play Daniel James in that kind of position anymore. And it's a great business. You're not getting anything low. You're going to get a 27 million good price.
Yeah, they bought him like for 15 million and getting a 27 million.
That's a good price and Daniel James is going to improve Leeds squad.
Yeah, he's going to do well in Leeds. Because he won't be having that pressure of playing in Manchester United.
Exactly. He won't be having the pressure and he has absolutely brilliant pace. Let's not get that wrong.
Exactly. He's electric and he defends also. So for Leeds, he will be great signing. because the high intensity. We know how the Leeds playing.
They play pretty polar opposites every game. So so it's pretty seeing Leeds getting draw out of this game is something I don't expect actually, because I honestly respect Leeds a bit more, and I expect them to go ahead and win these kind of games. But it's Burnley. I remember Chelsea losing Burnley to 3-0 or something. So and I will not compare.
You never know against Burnley.
You never know. So again, Leeds have not been that bad. So again, we know Leeds are going to survive this season as well.
They'll be all right.
They'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll be like in the mid-table, like around top, like 10, like that. They'll be there.
So, talking about Leeds and Burnley, Burnley again, they're going to survive. They're going to be around about 15, 16 or 17, somewhere there. Leeds, where do you think Leeds are going to end up this season? Top 10? Yeah. Out of top 10?
Yeah, like the mid-table, around 10. Like, not top, like around 10, like 10, 12, like that. I see them like that.
How do you think they're going to perform? They're going to overperform better than last season, or they're going to underperform? Because I don't see them overperforming last season.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think they will be overperforming. Like last season, I think they performed like how they did. So I see them doing well this season also. Like they will be there around 12, 10th, because I think they have to get some players back, like some that Lorente will be back. They've got some injury up. So I think they're doing well. They have to do well.
So with this, I think we are done with Game Week 3 fixtures. We have covered everything.
Covered all the fixtures now.
Yep. And we don't have Premier League this week. So
it's an international break.
It's international break. So I'm going to go out somewhere, do something productive than watching Premier League. You know, of course, I love Premier League. I'm going to miss it this week. So with this, we have come to the end of podcast. And this has been great again.
And it will be an exciting game week up next.
It's going to be exciting. We are going to cover all about it next week again. Exactly. And with this, bye Gokul, bye everybody.
Bye Arun. Yeah, it was a great time.
Great podcast. Please subscribe. Please like if you are still here. We are right here. Please support us. We'll come back next week again, getting all the match week news, reviews, previews, and everything, whatever you want. Comment, like, subscribe. Support us. Young channel again. All right, Gokul. See you next week again.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.